If you want to see how to get this look, then make sure you keep on watching. Okay, let's do some makeup. So I'm gonna go in using a primer. If you don't know what primer is, it's pretty much going to be the barrier between your skin and the makeup, which is gonna allow it to last longer. So you need primer, especially if you're applying foundation. Typically, people get primers that cater to their specific skin type. If you are oily, then you want a mattifying primer. If you are dry, something that's more hydrating. People with combination skin could use either or. Just use whichever one for whichever area you need it for. So for foundation, I'm going to be taking Fenty Beauty Soft Lit. This is how I apply my foundation. I really don't recommend that people do this because I'm clumsy and I still put it on this way, but I would get this stuff everywhere. Okay, so this is the brush that I use for blending my foundation. You can use a beauty blender. You can use anything that you're comfortable with. I like both, but lately I've been using the brush. Okay, so after applying the primer and then you apply your foundation, you want to be looking for that primer to feel tacky. That's when you know it's ready for the foundation. You needed a little bit more coverage, let's just say that. This is a medium build foundation, so I could go in again with more foundation to cover up any blemishes that I may have. Now, if you can't see, I have a little dark spot that's right above this brush. I'm gonna go in and go over that. As you can see, it's covered. If you have any hyperpigmentation or anything of that nature, you want to have you a medium build foundation or something that is full covered. If you're looking for something that is a little bit more on the sheer side, you can always find you a skin tint, something that's not as heavy, or you don't have to go in heavy on the foundation, and that still works as well. So my brows are already filled in. I used NYX brow pen today, and in the video I was letting them know that that brow pen is just perfect for a natural brow. I know that people are familiar with Fenty Beauty, so I'm just gonna go in with her products. I'm going to be using the Wear Even concealer, and I really like this because of the applicator on it. You can really get in there, those hard to reach areas. So lately I've been using a puff to blend out my concealer, so that's what we're doing. And I like this a lot because it actually targets a really big area to blend, so I like that, so I don't have to be blending all day. I'm usually always asking people, like, what do you want to see when it comes to makeup? So I'll ask again, what do you guys want to see? Because I know some things could be a little bit advanced and you want to know why a person is doing what they're doing. I know that's how I am, like with anything. If I'm learning, I want to know why you're doing it. This is a little bit more advanced, to be honest, when you add so much concealer. For someone who is a beginner, you do not have to put this much concealer. You could just literally put a few dots underneath the eye and blend it out. I'm gonna take Benefit Professional setting powder and apply that under when you're putting powder on the eye, you always want to look up so that you're not creasing. Some people naturally just have eyes that crease as well, so do not overly become obsessed with trying to not have creasing, because it just doesn't work like that for some people. So I'm going to be using Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. And this you could use with dry or wet makeup. So this is my contour shade, by the way. So I'm gonna be using Juvia's Place Blush Duo in Volume 5. And I like to keep the powder so that I can see my placement for the blush. It also makes the blush a little bit more pigmented too. I also like to put a little bit of blush here. And I know the contour is not blended yet, but we're gonna blend it. So I'm gonna be taking my Juvia's Place foundation powder in the shade Burkina. And I'm gonna use that to dust off the powder. I'm gonna use some Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Bronze. And I'm gonna go in and lighten underneath my eye area. I want brightness, y'all. Bronzer is gonna help to bring color back to your face once you go in and do all of the highlighting and brightening and setting powders. You definitely want to go in and add that color back. This is coming along really well. I think I want to apply some more blush though. I want some more blush. I want more blush. Fenty Beauty Demi Glow Highlighter and Loose Change, or 04. One of my favorite highlights. As you can see, you should be able to tell why. Okay, so I already used my brow product, so I'm just gonna go in with some concealer and highlight underneath my brow area. If I wanted to go for a more natural look, I would leave them as is, but I want them carved out, so that's what we're doing, carving them out. Put some on my lids too, so everything could be cohesive and like the same color. Okay, my favorite brow gel is by Anastasia. You guys are gonna see this a lot. Facebook just told me the other day that they are gonna be recommending my content to more people, so y'all gonna see me a lot more on Facebook, because they're saying I'm uploading that quality content. They said they gonna have to recommend your girl to other people. Okay, just to tone this down a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Almond. So I'm using Benefit Cosmetics mascara FanFest, and I'm gonna be using that on my lashes today. I'm in love with the length that this gives me, as you can see, compared to my actual length. Mascara is gonna always just complete the look. I love a bottom lash situation. Using ColourPop's BFF3 on the lips. I like the overline. This is super creamy too, so be careful. I personally like liners that are close to my lip color. I think those look the most natural. I'm gonna take Tarte's Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. I was reading it from the side. And this is the shade White Peach. I love these. A good nude gonna always do it. And then next I'm gonna go in with ColourPop So Juicy Lip Gloss in the shade Princess Cut. Love this, but I hate the packaging, because this little thing always breaks. Then I'm clean that off because, girl. So to set everything, we're gonna use one size